Is the real goal of this massive crackdown criminals? These electric motorcycles are utilized similarly to all-terrain cars. The situation is clarified by recent films taken during the CCP's crackdown on electric bicycles. A national campaign to address the safety risks related to electric bicycles was initiated on the evening of May 23, according to China's Xinhua news agency. Throughout the nation, 74,000 night patrol teams were dispatched for this operation to ruthlessly enforce the law against unlawful charging and parking, as well as alterations to electric bicycles. Authorities confiscated 298,000 improperly parked and charging electric bikes during these patrols. Squads of firefighters, police, market supervisors, housing construction departments, local law enforcement agencies, and internet forces were assembled to establish joint night patrol squads. A total of 256,000 inspectors were sent out to inspect 233,000 nighttime business establishments, 63,000 residential communities, and 175,000 self-built homes. The main focus was on the unauthorized parking and charging of electric bikes in public lobbies, stairwells, emergency exits, evacuation routes, and high-rise residential buildings. According to reports, almost 7,300 people were threatened with legal action during this operation, which involved the investigation and punishment of 689 residential units and 856 property service companies for major infractions. In addition, the sales and repair shops of the 61 electric bikes found to have been modified illegally will be contacted for additional investigation and possible legal action. On February 23 at 4:39 a.m., the Fire Rescue Command Center in Nanjing, Jiangsu Province received a report of a fire at Building 6 in the Mingshang Xi'an community, Yuhutai District. By midnight on the 23rd, the fire had resulted in 15 deaths and 44 people being treated in the hospital. Preliminary analysis indicates that the fire started at the ground-level parking area for electric bicycles in Building 6, and the specific cause is still under investigation. Multiple provinces and cities are conducting extensive inspections and crackdowns on electric bicycles. In some areas, electric bicycle shops have shut down en masse, and many food delivery workers have been stopped and detained by the police on the streets. Public opinion is concerned that the Chinese authorities are using the pretext of regulating electric bicycles to levy arbitrary fines and generate revenue. On Sunday, April 14, news spread online that police in cities like Dongguan and Shenzhen in Guangdong Province launched large-scale operations, intercepting electric bicycles on the streets and raiding stores selling or repairing electric bicycles, causing many shops to close. A netizen from Dongguan posted on social media, complaining that they needed to buy or repair an electric bike but found almost all the shops in Dongguan closed. Others shared photos of closed electric bicycle shops, questioning what was happening. Meanwhile, several short videos uploaded to social media showed Guangdong police intercepting electric bicycles on the streets, with many delivery riders being forcefully detained and taken away by the police. Recent searches revealed that several provinces and cities across China have initiated large-scale crackdowns on electric bicycles. On April 12, the State Council held a meeting specifically to address comprehensive safety hazard rectification work for electric bicycles, requiring nationwide rectification of all aspects related to electric bicycles, including production, sales, usage, parking, charging, and scrapping, to improve safety levels. Public information shows that since March, provinces and cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Anhui, Sichuan, and Guangdong have initiated related actions. According to a Guangdong official media WeChat post, the Guangdong Provincial Market Supervision Bureau has inspected 571 electric bicycle businesses since the special operation began, filing 37 cases and seizing 4,183 suspected illegal electric bicycles worth 6.16 million yuan. In Dongguan's Nanchang Street alone, 4 electric bicycle shops were investigated for illegal modifications, and a batch of electric bicycles and tools were confiscated. According to the Beijing Daily, Beijing's Market Supervision Department recently conducted a week-long special inspection of the quality and safety of electric bicycles and batteries, requiring more than 2,000 electric bicycle businesses in the city to sign a pledge to resist illegal modifications. Zhejiang Province announced that from March to the end of December 2024, it will carry out a special rectification action for the fire safety risks of electric bicycles, claiming to establish a long-term management mechanism by the end of December this year. According to data from the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, the total number of electric bicycles in China has reached 350 million, and in 2023, enterprises above a designated size produced 42.28 million electric bicycles. Actually, a number of Chinese provinces and towns had already started extensive efforts to handle and resolve problems with electric motorcycles before this night operation. A large number of electric bike stores closed in several regions, and police stopped and arrested a large number of people who were riding food delivery services. The general public is worried that the Chinese government is imposing arbitrary fines and making money under the guise of fixing electric bicycles. But even as the CCP uses a variety of excuses and tactics to forcibly seize people's electric bikes, they are also introducing a sizable number of shared electric bikes. This does not fool people, rather, it appears to be a calculated action. Shared electric bikes are brought out as soon as their personal bikes are taken away, giving the impression that everything was prearranged. Regulations on electric bikes can arbitrarily lead to the confiscation of people's electric bikes. This raises the question, could future regulations on cars result in cars being confiscated, or could new housing regulations lead to homes being taken away? In theory, all private property could be confiscated in this manner, especially if authorities enter villages and homes to seize electric bikes. This truly creates a sense of insecurity among the people. The incident was a heavy blow, disrupting travel plans and throwing city life into chaos. Those who relied on the convenience of electric bikes were suddenly forced to find alternative ways to get around. Commuters were among the most affected, having to switch to traditional modes of transportation, which often resulted in being late for work. The crowded buses and subways, along with the feeling of helplessness, led to widespread dissatisfaction and complaints. Children were also directly impacted, with lateness becoming common on the way to school. Established routines were broken, causing significant inconvenience to both schools and families. This government decision has left people with serious doubts about the future of their transportation options. The confiscation of electric bikes is not just a limitation on personal mobility, it also poses significant challenges to the city's transportation infrastructure. In numerous urban areas, electric bikes have become the go-to mode of transport for many residents because of their environmental advantages and convenience. Their widespread use has been embraced by the public. When these bikes are removed from service, former riders will have to switch to buses, subways, and other forms of public transportation. This sudden shift will put enormous pressure on the already strained public transport systems, likely resulting in severe overcrowding and delays during peak times. Public transit options like buses and subways are often already operating at full capacity, and the influx of additional passengers will exacerbate traffic congestion and commuting difficulties. The debate over the future of urban transportation has intensified, with numerous stakeholders urging the government to implement effective policies swiftly to address the current transportation crisis and ensure efficient urban mobility. The government's actions toward electric bikes have ignited widespread skepticism and prompted reflection within society. Many people question the appropriateness of the government's approach, suggesting there are more humane and reasonable alternatives. Some propose that the government should focus on recalling only those electric bikes that pose significant safety hazards, enhancing regulations through comprehensive safety inspection systems, and recalling or repairing dangerous vehicles can help ensure public safety. There is also a call for the government to strengthen oversight and impose strict penalties on companies producing and selling substandard electric bikes. Such measures would deter manufacturers from compromising on product quality and encourage adherence to safety standards. Furthermore, some advocate for more compassionate methods of confiscation, such as implementing subsidy policies or buyback programs. These approaches could compensate affected owners or offer them alternative options, easing their financial burdens. Promoting the development of the electric vehicle industry, advancing technology, and introducing safer and more environmentally friendly new energy vehicles could provide citizens with more choices. The forced confiscation of electric bikes has sparked deep reflection on whether the government should better respect individuals' rights to choose and their interests. Opting for electric bikes is often motivated by considerations of environmental protection and convenience. The government's measures seem to disregard these factors, imposing restrictions on personal choices. In this context, resolving the issue with genuine sincerity and wisdom is essential for the government to gain the people's understanding and trust. Adopting a more democratic and transparent decision-making process by listening to diverse opinions could foster greater public support and trust. Prominent China issues blogger Wang Xi'an said on social media, "Local governments are short on money now, and when they need money they impose fines everywhere to raise funds." Li Qiang informs everyone that we need to inspect electric bicycles, essentially handing local governments a tool to exploit. Electric bicycles cause many incidents every year, so should safety issues be addressed? Of course they should. But addressing safety issues should involve holding the government accountable, not the citizens. If batteries catch fire and the quality of electric bicycles is problematic, resulting in accidents, the government should inspect the manufacturers and check the product quality. It's not about blaming the citizens for using defective vehicles. If the government allows these bikes to be sold, citizens buy them assuming they are compliant. If they are not, it's the government's fault. The Chinese government, from the central to the local level, pushes the responsibility outward. Safety management has turned into a revenue-generating scheme through fines, which can be seen as a form of extortion governance. Local governments are in dire need of money and require a justification to raise funds. Li Qiang's notification provides them with such a pretext, and now there's a whole chain of operations to extract money. This is a blatant scheme. It's not just local governments behaving like bandits, it's a coordinated banditry between central and local government. Currently, in many major Chinese cities like Guangzhou and Wuhan, shared electric bikes are being rolled out as an upgrade from the traditional shared bicycles. The idea is to encourage the use of shared electric bikes instead of personal ones. If everyone continues using their own electric bikes, the shared ones wouldn't have enough users. There is a clear financial motive behind this, with government officials and certain businesses looking to profit from the shared electric bike industry. Consequently, local governments are supporting these initiatives. Moreover, the public sector is facing increasing financial difficulties. Public transportation systems, including buses and subways, are operating at a loss, as are some parking facilities. By confiscating personal electric bikes, the government forces people to rely on public transportation, which in turn boosts revenue for these services. Additionally, due to the economic downturn in recent years, many car owners have opted to leave their vehicles parked and use electric bikes for their daily commute. They only use their cars on special occasions, which reduces fuel consumption and parking revenue for the government. In light of these financial challenges, the government has resorted to confiscating electric bikes to drive up the use of public transport. Since the reform and opening up, the Chinese government has not allowed its citizens to fully reap the benefits of economic growth. If global conditions change or domestic political stability is jeopardized, significant problems could arise for the government. With declining exports, the country struggles to generate wealth, leaving the populace without money and unable to drive domestic demand. This situation has caused severe financial strain in China, leading the government to consider extracting revenue from its citizens. An online commentator revealed that, according to sources within the CCP's leadership, the nationwide crackdown on electric bicycles is actually a post-pandemic pressure test aimed at assessing the resilience and compliance of the grassroots population with CCP policies. This initiative helps the CCP measure the stability of its regime amid global criticism. In modern China, electric bicycles are a staple for the lower social classes. The government's nationwide campaign to inspect electric bicycle safety, ostensibly for public safety, is seen as deceptive. Statistics show that the fire incident rate for two-wheeled electric bikes is 0.006%, compared to 0.1% for four-wheeled electric vehicles. If safety were the true concern, the focus should be on thoroughly inspecting four-wheeled vehicles. As of June 7, over 1 million electric bicycles have been confiscated across the country. These bikes are stored in various locations, referred to as electric bicycle graveyards. Despite widespread dissatisfaction, there have been no significant incidents of violent resistance. The grassroots population in China generally displays strong compliance and submission. As long as the CCP maintains strict control over personal freedoms, even in the face of rapid economic decline, large-scale emotional resistance is unlikely. The CCP considers maintaining the stability of their authoritarian regime as the most crucial issue in China today.